I'm very proud that a huge delegation of Egypt is with us today and during the conference. These are around 16 people who represent Egypt here. And I'm also very proud to open the door for the path of change. And I want to give the door opener to the chairman of the Industrial Development Authority, Mr. Engineer Ahmed Abdelrazik. Please make a welcome to Mr. Ahmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to express my deep gratitude for the SI conference organizers and the GIZ for inviting us to participate in this valuable conference. And let me please recognize the Moroccan hospitality arranging this successful event. The Egyptian government has set its Sustainable Development Strategy 2030, targeting the improvement of the Egyptian people welfare and support the economical growth. Egypt has great potential for successful, solid, inclusive and ecological considerate development, through which it aims at making economic reformation that will in return result in competitive investment environment for private investors to have their share in enhancing economic behavior. The industrial sector is the major growth driver for the Egyptian economy. We believe in the importance of the respective role of the government and the private sector as complementary in the economic development process, whereby governments have a vital role to play in improving and regulating social conditions and opportunities. Then private sectors have an important role to play in investment and projects. Accordingly, our mission is to secure and support the private sector to participate, to practice in a stable economic environment through value-added industries and equal investment opportunities. The Industrial Development Strategy 2020, announced by the Ministry of Trade and Industry in Egypt, is based on a number of pillars, mainly industrial zones development, SMEs development, export promotion and energy saving, in a way that supports a balanced, inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Industrial zones are the cornerstone of the government strategy to develop exports, increase job creation, and contribute to the country's economic growth. Accordingly, industrial zones development becomes a top priority for the Ministry of Trade and Industry in Egypt that foster industrial projects and set a network between industrial sectors, besides increasing production and attracting both local and foreign investment. Both the Ministry and the IDA are continuously working on enhancing the mechanisms for the establishment, development, and management of industrial zones. We currently have 130 established and operated industrial zones. Egypt is ahead in its plan for the development of the industrial zones in the country. Triple P mechanisms was adopted by Egypt almost 10 years ago, when IDA partnered with private sector developers to develop and manage a number of industrial zones in Egypt. We invite you to come and see the successful models in Egypt. In the meantime, we have set an ambitious plan to develop and avail 60 million square meters of the industrial activities during the next 4 years. So we welcome the partnership with local and foreign developers. Micro, small and medium enterprises, SMEs, are largely considered the engine, the dynamic force for sustained economic growth and job creation in Egypt. In this context, IDA is establishing 22 industrial complexes in 14 governorates. These industrial complexes consist of small sizes, ready-built facilities to be available to SMEs investors in order to create an attractive industrial investment climate for startup enterprises. IDA also eagerly working on comprehensive reform process for regulatory and procedure simplification for both land allocation and industrial licensing services in order to facilitate the investment environment in Egypt and attract new industrial investments. In this respect, the IDA prepared a new industrial licensing law that aims to reduce the duration of issuance of the industrial licensing for less than a week for low-risk-based industries and around a month for high-risk-based ones. Ladies and gentlemen, towards the end of my speech, I would like to announce that Egypt is honored to host the SIA Conference 2018. Thank you. IDA is partnering with IDG, the East Port Said developer, Egyptian private sector developer, and GIZ to organize next year's event. Now, I would like to invite you to watch a short movie about Egypt. We hope watching this video might motivate you to honor us with your participation to the SIA Conference in Egypt 2018. Thank you.